Good morning. As Chair of ITS UK, it's my privilege to welcome you all to the second ITS UK conference, building on the success of a really good conference last year, and on the basis of a really successful year for ITS UK. I will talk a little bit about that in a moment. But I do need to mention, because I'm sure Max will to mention it. Last week we won the Best Trade Association Transformation Award at the Trades Press, which I think is a recognition of all the hard work that's gone on, largely behind the scenes. A lot of it is not actually visible to members, except in the fact that there are a lot more people here and there are a lot more members. Max will touch on the details later, but I really did feel I had to mention that. I remember in my opening address last year, I mentioned that there were 3 significant elections happening across the world, or very soon to happen across the world. There was a general election in India, which I'm not qualified to talk about. There was another one in the States, which I probably don't have words to describe, really. But we also have had a change of government. And I think it's generally been recognised as pretty positive for the transport industry. The government's got 5 key goals. Transport is not explicitly any of those, but it does support every single one of those. And I think that we've seen an openness to engage. Max, Eduardo, Steve and I have had the opportunity to meet with ministers, and they're keen to speak to us. They're keen to understand what intelligent transport can do to push forward those growth agenda that the government has. So I think it's really core to the government's growth agenda is an efficient and effective transport network. And we're obviously in a really strong position to help grow that in a cost-effective manner. So that's one of the real drivers behind this conference, is to get ourselves as an industry together, collaborate and work out how we can support others. But also I think it's important, particularly as we're alongside Interchange, that we also get the message out there that ITS is a really significant driver for growth within the industry. We're not recognised terribly well, should we say. It's getting better. Usually negative press, sometimes negative press, but we are getting our message out there that ITS is a really useful way of improving the network efficiency. And we must continue to do that. There are obviously limited budgets, and we've seen that impacting our areas as well. But again, our ability to develop a good business case and use the government support to develop our industry is really, really important to us. We've got a really tight schedule today, so we'll be running people up and onto the stage and off again. And so with that, I will actually hand over to Max and get him to start off today's events.
Thank you, Stuart, and thank you to all of you for coming along today. It's fantastic to see such a busy room, particularly as last year we were upstairs in a smaller room, and we were struggling to fill that. So again, we're almost struggling to fill this room as well, which is really fantastic. I've only got a few minutes, but what I want to just quickly cover, if the clicker will work. Don't know whether it's working. No, it's going to do all of them all at once. No, okay, the clicker's not working. We might need to get a replacement clicker if that's all right, but there we go. A bit about what we've been up to over the past year at ITS UK. We've had a really busy year full of events. Our parliamentary reception that we held in September last year. Next slide, if you don't mind moving on. Our awards do that we held in November, which saw 300 of you attend and a number of people receiving awards and trophies for your work. Next slide. It's not working. Always an AV issue. Is it possible to move to the next slide? Our publications, so we've did a number of publications last year, produced a number of our annual review, our manifesto for the future of transport. Eduardo's been hugely busy working on a number of consultations to the INTS, to the spending review, to a whole range of different other things over the course of the year, making sure we're feeding into government strategies. And we've also, next slide please, been making sure that those publications do not just gather dust. We've had a huge number of meetings with members of parliament, with peers, with ministers. It was only in January that we had 14 MPs round the table discussing demand-responsive transport. We've been starting the meeting with metro mayors. And really, we're keen that we're acting as your voice on behalf of the sector, that we're working for you guys, that we're representing what you need in terms of policy and helping to ultimately create a bigger and better ITS industry. Next slide, please. And really positively, we've had a fantastic year. Stuart mentioned the award that we received. We also had our highest membership satisfaction scores at 82%, an increase from 75% in 2023 to 2024, and our number of happiest members being the largest it's ever been since the 3 years that we've been recording it. So that's really positive. And next slide, we've also seen an increase in membership numbers. So in January, we were about 161, before that 150. As of March, as of today, we're about 180 members. So we're seeing good increases in the numbers of members as well as membership satisfaction. Next slide, please. But I don't think it will come as a surprise to anyone in this room that our focus this year is very much on integrated transport. And with the government's integrated national transport strategy, there's a huge amount to focus on. Next slide, please. We've already had a workshop with Danny Williams, the INTS director, where we fed in the views from members, and I know a lot of the people in this room were there. And we also have responded to the consultation, the call for ideas. So we've already been working very closely with the INTS team to make sure that we feed into what they're doing. Next slide. And that's really what today is all about. The big question that we're seeking to answer today is how to build an integrated transport network. And we've been very ambitious with all of the keynotes and the panels. They're going to be coming thick and fast today. We've got keynotes covering the main modes, so road, rail, bus, and active travel. Those will be going on throughout the day. And then we've kind of got cross-cutting panel sessions on digitalisation and data, decarbonisation, and the final one on going global. Next slide, please. It's worth just saying one thing we're also doing that I would really want to engage with people and maybe in the breaks from this conference, which is the economic size of the sector. We are yet to really understand what the economic potential and the value is of the ITS sector. We use this figure, £1.5 billion in GVA and 15 billion in economic potential. But we think those are probably conservative, and actually they were estimates done a few years ago. So this year we've commissioned Capital Economics to do a study into the size of ITS. We will need support from people in this room, those who run businesses in ITS. We will be coming to you. A lot of you have joined the advisory group for this. But ultimately, we will need to get your thoughts on what the sector actually means in terms of the definition of what ITS is, and also what the revenue and the jobs and the growth that you think it creates in the economy. We will be sending around a confidential survey over the coming weeks and months, and would really welcome your views and support of it. It will ultimately help us go to government, and particularly with a spending review, say to ministers, well, this is what the value of the sector is. So do get in touch, do chat to me and the team if you'd like more information on that. Next slide, please. We've got a panel at the end of today, which is about going global, and we're really delighted to have a delegation from ITS Finland and ITS Estonia here today. Really, it's fantastic to have an international focus for this conference as well. We will be doing a breakfast tomorrow in this room, so it'll be nice and easy to find. If you found it this conference today, you know where it is. At 10 a.m, where you'll get to meet the Estonian and Finnish delegation. Please do come along, come and chat. There's a range of different companies who've come over and also public sector bodies from Estonia and Finland. And really, we want to support as much as we can that international networking. So that's tomorrow, 10 o'clock on the 5th of March in this room. Next slide, please. So that's it actually from me. One final housekeeping is if you want to spread the word about today, the hashtag is ITSUK25. Please do share your thoughts, images on Twitter, Blue Sky and LinkedIn and all the other social media platforms there now are. Do come and grab me and the team. We're around all today and all tomorrow if you want to have a chat. Really looking forward to discussing with you over the next few days all the things that we have going on at ITS UK. So enjoy it and look forward to speaking soon.